This is The Warning.
Good news in North America. The Canadian people have spoken and they have rebuked Donald Trump. They have sent him a message, and the message is hands off Canada. The Canadian people have rejected the stupidity, the venality, and the nastiness of MAGA populism. And they have elected a most serious man to be prime minister. There is now, with a powerful mandate, one leader in the English-speaking world who understands that Donald Trump is to be dealt with strength. Now, Prime Minister Mark Carney has a lot of work ahead to keep his nation united and to stave off the MAGA threat. But every American who loves freedom, who loves their country, should understand that in this debate, representing the American side of the debate, is the Canadian Prime Minister, who believes in justice, who believes in freedom, who believes in liberty, who believes in the rule of law. Now, when we think about Canada, we must recall that there were moments in American history, long seasons of grave injustice. America was a nation where slavery was tolerated until a war destroyed it. And there was a faction of Americans that would rather destroy the Union than to destroy chattel slavery. And that war cost 800,000 American lives. Now, on a house, an escaping slave heading north to freedom in Canada, they would look for the markings on a house that signified it as a stop on the Underground Railroad. This is a picture of a house that's the last stop in the state of New Hampshire on the way to freedom. Canada has been a place where Americans have looked to freedom many times before when it was lacking in the United States. And in North America today, there is only one country where there is no chance that a teenager crossing a border will be chained up and put in jail. In North America, there are only two countries where it is safe to cross an international border if you're a backpacking teenager: Mexico and Canada. Though there are problems in Mexico, there is no Gestapo. But in America, there is. And we saw it play out yesterday in the Capitol Dome, when one of the United States' foremost advocates for justice and somebody who fights poverty, a moral man, Bishop William Barber, who is my friend and I was pleased to have on The Warning last week, dared to pray in the Capitol. Bishop Barber was arrested. He was arrested along with Jonathan Wilson Hartgrove. Reverend Hartgrove was arrested, and they were not alone. Bishop Barber suffers from a physical infirmity, and that disability meant his arrest wasn't just an inconvenience, but it manifested physical pain. Bishop William Barber is a man of conviction, a man of towering strength, who went into the place that was built by slaves under the rotunda that was constructed during Civil War by Abraham Lincoln to send a signal that when the war was won, that the Congress would recongregate and the Union, indivisible, would endure. It is under that dome where Trump's insurrectionists defiled the United States Capitol, defiled the citadel of democracy. They defecated on the floors. They urinated on the walls. They smashed windows. They assaulted police officers. They bludgeoned them. This was not a peaceful protest, and Donald Trump did not win the 2020 election. We live in a blaze of lies, straight out of 1984. In the end of that book, Winston, the protagonist, is being tortured by O'Brien, the party apparatchik. And O'Brien holds up 4 fingers and asks Winston, "How many do you see?" And Winston says, "I see only 4. And O'Brien makes clear that the right answer to how many fingers he sees is not seen with his eyes. It's what he's told by the party. That's what matters. That's what the truth is. And that is not just hideous. It is not just immoral. It is dangerous. So in this place where the MAGA lies rooted deeply, in this place where Americans have fought and died to preserve and marched and put their lives on the line, a good man, a moral man, went to pray for his country. Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, calls himself a Christian, but he's no such thing. What he is a Christian nationalist. And Christian nationalists are fascists. What Mike Johnson believes in is power, not Christ. And you know that is true because Speaker Johnson is responsible for this travesty, for this desecration. Now, Bishop Barber is not dissuaded. Bishop Barber will be returning to the United States Capitol. And each Moral Monday, there will be more and more people with Bishop Barber who go to the Capitol to bow their head in prayer. And so understand, this war on Christianity that Donald Trump talks about is no such thing. What Donald Trump wants is the power to persecute people in the name of defending Christian nationalists who say, I am the Word of God, and God's power is my political power. And this is an evil of profound dimensions. When men claim the power of God to control the lives of others, for all of recorded history, it has only ever ended in utter catastrophe. So when we look at this day, April the 29th, we stand 50 years on tomorrow from the anniversary of the end of the Vietnam War. We stand 80 years on tomorrow from the death of Adolf Hitler. But on the eve of these momentous celebrations, on the eve of these momentous anniversaries, let us appreciate the duality, the darkening skies in the United States, and the long night ahead before the dawn inevitably breaks, and justice and light again cascades over our country. Until then, there is a great contestation underway. To our north, the Canadian people and their fearless new prime minister will lead the way. They are the people that told Trump no first. And they did it decisively. They did it on their feet. They did it elbows out, not on their knees, not on their bellies. Mark Carney is no Chuck Schumer. And Mark Carney winning that election means for the first time in a long time, people who understand we have to hold the line and stand tall have a champion. And today, I'm proud to wear a maple leaf on my shirt in honor of Canada, our friend and our ally. Donald Trump says he runs America, and Donald Trump says he runs the world. Donald Trump is a world-class buffoon and laughingstock. He is the president of the United States. He is king of nothing and emperor of nothing. He is a fool who proves the old Turkish proverb true, that when a clown goes to a castle, he does not become a king. The castle becomes a circus. And yesterday, the United States Capitol became a part of Trump's disgusting, tawdry, immoral circus. This is The Warning.
I'm Steve Schmidt. This is The Warning. I invite you to join this community where I promise to be honest, blunt, and direct about what is happening in this country. America is in crisis. Follow and subscribe to this channel and on Substack. Thank you.